So what's something that you've tweeted or said that people clearly agree with, but just don't implement?
I mean, like, we could pull it up. Like, where do you want to start?
You think Twitter's like a high ROI activity for you?
Twitter's, it's like, I can't help myself.
You just can't. That's one of your indulgences.
Yeah, like, let's see what did people not understand about this? Suck at something, work for free lots of times, suck less, wait until people ask for free work and you can't take them on. Now you have more demand than you have supply, begin to charge money, boot out the free clients for paid clients, and then offer to keep working with those clients for money. Congrats, you have a business.
So I will say, I agree with that.
Yeah,
now, here's a counterpoint to that.
Yeah.
It is hard to take people from free to paying for a service.
Totally.
What is your way around that?
Well, it depends. So it depends on how high value the service is, number one. And number two is we start with free because you need to get reps because you probably suck. And so it's like you're really getting free feedback from people that otherwise like shouldn't because you will be terrible. But the transitioning people from free to paid really comes down to just how good you are. And if you are like, so for example, if I was redoing all your YouTube thumbnails and I said I would do it for free, now at your level, so everyone who's listening, don't immediately DM Graham because he already has somebody, right? But like the thing is go for somebody who's like 1/10 of Graham's size, who can't really afford it. Give that guy the thumbnails, and if your thumbnails beat his thumbnails, he will. If you're like, okay, well, I have now all these people who are paying me, so you can pay me what they're paying me, or I'm just going to work with them. At that point, he'll either pay if he's making any money on his channel or he won't. But like there's real value that's being created there. But the idea is you want to get your roster filled so that at that point, and I think part of this, I give this as advice because a lot of people in the beginning don't believe they can charge anything. And so it's like, fine, don't charge, get better. And then once you literally can't take people on, it's like, dude, I can't take you on. And then they're like, well, what would it take? And you're like, oh, money. I could do that. I could do it for money. And then now it's like you actually can help someone break through the belief of like, yeah, you can ask for money for stuff.
Do you think there's something to look out for people who just want something for free and will never pay for it?
Well, I'll say this. My big caveat for free, if I'm going to give it away, is I'll give something away for free. I'll give stuff away for free that costs me money if it's to a qualified prospect. So if I'm giving, if I'm trying to get into enterprise IT services, right? I'm not going to start with a local dry cleaning business who can't afford what I would like to eventually charge. So I want somebody who has, BANT, which is budget, authority, need, timing. So do they have the money to spend? Do they have the authority to make the decision? Do they have the need for this specific thing? Is now a good time? If I can get those 4 things, I'll give that person free stuff. Like if it's like, hey, I'm only doing back massages for billionaires. Fine. Then like you got to be a billionaire and I'll give it to you for free. Eventually I'll charge. But no, the homeless guy on the corner of the street will also take free massages, but he'll never be able to pay. And so it's not that we want to give free to anyone. It's just that we want to get the most qualified prospects, get good feedback from those customers, which we should treat them like customers so that we can then eventually charge people just like them based on the feedback that we got. Otherwise we'd be building a product for somebody who's the wrong person.
Yeah. How do you make your offer unbeatable then? Where it's unfair.
Yeah, if people feel stupid saying no. There's 4 elements of value as I've kind of defined it in the book, the $100 million offers book. So you have the dream outcome, right? Which is like, what am I actually going to give this person? Every product is a dream outcome, every service is a dream outcome, which is like, what's the thing that they want to have happen? Okay, cool. So that's going to be our baseline in terms of value. Like if I'm going to help somebody make an extra $1 million a year or $10 million a year, that's going to be a baseline. But there's still going to be a discount that's applied to that. And there's basically 3 factors that apply to that discount. Number 1 is how fast is it going to happen? Number 2 is how much effort is it going to take on behalf of the customer? And then number 3 is how likely is it to occur? And so fundamentally, those are the elements of value that are either multipliers or detractors of what you can ultimately charge a customer for whatever it is that you sell. So how do I make it fast? How to make it easy? And how to make it risk-free? And so within each of those components, like part of the way of making it risk-free to them is if I have 10,000 other people I've done this for, it's much less risky, right? That's proof, right? You could also do that with covenants and terms. You could either do it based on performance that shifts more of the risk to you. You could also just give guarantees and satisfaction. You get guarantees that are conditional based on things that they do. Those are all elements of things that you can do to decrease risk, which you can reverse into price. And so said differently, I could say, hey, I'll charge you $5,000 to do this thing. And if someone says, well, no, it's like, okay, well, I'll do it for $3,000, but I won't give you a satisfaction guarantee. And then what you'll find happen is like, oh, well, I'll do it for $5,000 with the guarantee. So people will resell themselves on a higher price if you take away a component that's valuable. So that's the risk one. From a speed perspective, I would say that the more I've studied like human behavior, sales, persuasion, marketing, the more I really lean into speed. Like if you want to enter any new marketplace, just look at what everyone else is doing and see if you can do it in half the time. And there's just so much value in speed. Like humans are so immediate reward focused. Like almost every business can offer a speed version. So it's like you're a YouTube thumbnail agency and you say, cool, I'll get you thumbnails in a week normally. It's like, oh, if you want for 50% more, I'll get them to you in 24 hours. And for 300%, I'll get them to you in the next 60 minutes. The same cost to you, it's the same work. But you just give someone priority access and it's all margin. So it's like you can always play with speed as another variable of value. And then the third element has two pieces to it, which is ease. Like how does it have two elements? Well, one is what are the bad things that I hate doing that I get to not do as a result of buying, right? All the stuff I don't like, you're going to take away. Great. But I also want to make sure that I don't prevent someone from doing the things they do enjoy doing, right? And so I give a classic example of like, if you sign up at a gym, all of a sudden you have to start doing things you don't want to do. But you also have to stop drinking margaritas. You have to stop Taco Tuesday. You have to stop having cupcakes and stop having your McFlurries. So it's like you have to give up stuff you like and you have to do stuff you hate, which is why it's such a hard sale.